Greetings everybody and welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth. Have you missed me? Yeah, have you missed me? Yeah, I know you missed me. I know you missed me. It's been what, a month? Because, you know, hiatuses seem to be my thing and all that. And I really don't want to become one of those types of YouTubers, but here we are. So it's been a bit of a wild ride the last 3 or 4 weeks. Me and my partner have both not had the smoothest of rides. Obviously, we had the passing of the late Her Majesty, which, I mean, I'm not like a staunch royalist, but everyone feels a bit of a sense of loss in some way, I suppose. I mean, I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, courtesy of my partner, because as loving as I am, I took her a care package of goodies and it made me ill as well, which I'm still feeling the effects of. And some other tomfoolery. The day job's got busy, some overtime to muck in. Yeah, just haven't really had the time to give you the content you guys deserve. But today is different. Plus, I've had this idea brewing in my head like all day, and I figure if I don't put it down, I'm probably going to explode from the need to do so. So, make sure you like and you comment and you subscribe, all those lovely good things, that helps me out. I see I've gathered nearly 30 subscribers in my absence, which is absolutely incredible. If you're one of those new guys, welcome to the channel. If you're one of my seasoned veterans, also welcome. I love you all equally. That's despawned. Holy damn. So yeah, we are here at the Croup Manor, and we're going to be continuing our build with the Rich House. Now, I will admit, building the actual Rich House itself, the ideas are just not free-flowing, so I will not be building this today. However, this part down here leading to the street, there are ideas. I've had quite a few ideas that have come to me while I've been looking at this. So I'm really keen to get some ideas going. You guys are also very kind in suggesting a whole load of new ideas for here. And someone who quite rightly pointed out that this is actually only solid from one direction. So whoever that was, thank you very much, because I didn't notice it when I was putting it in. Excuse me. And I'm also wanting to diversify the portfolio, i.e. not become a variety YouTuber, but have a little bit more than just Fallout. So I'm thinking either Project Zomboid, Minecraft, 7 Days to Die, that kind of stuff. So yeah, comment if you want to see those. I will be diversifying eventually when I stop procrastinating and actually do something. But hey, we're going to be building and landscaping the front of the Rich House because we have a lot of free space to work with here. So I'm going to start off by scrapping all the bits that are getting in the way, because this will also free up some memory space, because Lord knows these settlements get laggy. That being said, somebody has recommended a fix. I think he goes by the name JG in the YouTube chat. Don't quote me on that. So I do need to explore that, but I just haven't had the chance lately. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. How has your last month been? Have you been eagerly waiting? I've seen some more comments trickling in, and believe me, it does warm my heart every time I see comments. I even saw someone on the poll that I posted being like, "Hey, please come back. Please make another episode." And I was reading that. Oh, bless him. It is nice to be missed. It is very nice to be missed. So here you go. I've granted your wish. I might be nice enough to make this an even longer episode than you might be used to. How about that? I mean, there are a lot of ideas that I wanted to do for this this part. Okay, so I think this rock can now go. That's fine. And this one can also go. But not this one, because that will completely throw off what I'm planning to do. At least for now. I mean, I will terraform these rock faces, but today is not that day. Oh no. A dog. I think it's a raider's dog. Sorry, Poochie. Sorry, Poochie, but this isn't your home. I mean, for all I know, I'm the one who shot him last episode, but that was nearly a month ago, so... Yeah, sorry if my level of energy isn't quite what it was. I am very excited for this build, so I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather today. But this was too much for me to pass up. I really wanted to get an episode out, so here I am. Yeah, as you guys know, I work in financial services, and if you haven't been living under a rock in the UK, you'll know there's a cost of living crisis currently in effect, which has meant that the amount of people who want money or financial related services has gone absolutely through the roof for obvious reasons. So my caseload has gotten a fair bit higher than I'm used to. It's still manageable, don't get me wrong, but I have had to put in several bits of overtime here and there. Plus, it was also my my partner's birthday a short while ago, and I really wanted to put some energy and enthusiasm into that because, well, she is my rock, put it that way. So I actually spent good tens of hours. Okay, look, let me preface this. I am a shit artist, right? I have about as much grace with a paintbrush or a pencil or whatever as a pregnant hippo. I'm terrible. But I decided to try my best. I actually bought a whole set of hexagonal canvases. And I painted a really nice set of canvases that link together in the middle of a glow-in-the-dark circuit board with a lot of hexagons, which basically tell the story of us. And I think it came out incredibly well for somebody with no artistic talents whatsoever. So yeah, I dumped a lot of hours into that. Right, so we have a lot of space to work with here. Now I want paths, but I don't think standard sidewalk is going to cut it. It's too barren. It's too horrible. Now I like this path, but I'm not sure I can make it work. And I do want to use a bit of this. I mean, we can use some green grass, you know, maybe the rich house has regenerated this. So you know what, let's try it. Ooh, that wants to snap a little bit higher than normal. I mean, I'm not too keen on that idea, but you know what? I think I can actually make this work. Maybe not quite this high. No, actually, I reckon that's perfect. I'll see how this turns out. Right, so we've got nice fresh green grass down here. Let's put in 1 and 2. Now I want a corner piece. That's it, outside corner. Look at that. That's not right. Both of these are not right. That's the one-sided piece. I want double-sided, like that. Uh-huh. Now we can put the corners in. So this is going a little bit from my inspiration and a little bit of bullshit, if you want me to be really blunt about it. So again, this is one where I had a concept in mind, but no actual plan. Oh, okay. No, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work at all. But there's some free bottle caps there from an enemy I obviously killed at one point. Okay. Let's move these out of the way so it doesn't snap to anything I don't want it to. How about the third step down? So if I do 50, 50, 50. Like that. Okay. Oh, whoops, I've put these in the wrong order. That's good of me. Okay, so if I'm thinking this little point up here, I want to blend this in. Excuse me. Okay. What stairs do I have in the retaining wall? So I mean, we've got some fairly wide stairs, but I feel like I want something with a bit more of a shallow stairway down. Do I have any sort of shallow stairs? I might have to look in the base kit. Which kit was it that would have it? I'm sure it's in here somewhere. I've seen it before. Shed parts? No. Do we have stairs in a residential? No, we don't. Is it under commercial? Yes, it is. Oh, the stairs are still not quite as shallow as I expected them to be. Alas, we might be able to make it work. If I just bump the floor up just maybe 10 units, it makes the room ever so slightly smaller. Really messing with the sizes here, I really am. If I was going to actually do this the way I'm thinking, this would have to come up by 30 more units, which if I did that, this room is not even tall enough for one person. So the idea of that is probably not going to work. No, I really don't think that'll work. That's fine though, that was probably worth a try. I mean, I could put in... This looks too much indoors. I need one that looks outdoors, like this one. I mean, this looks outdoorsy. This one's going to need some manual positioning. Oh, that's not even aligned. That's more aligned. Now this should connect a lot more efficiently down to the garden. That is not the type of stairs I'm looking for. That is the stairs I'm looking for. right. This is one thing I don't miss about recording is doing these episodes, even is because the snapping is still the bane of my fucking life. You think the snapping wouldn't hold a place rent-free in my head, but it does. That's the funny thing. Half a unit? Yeah, that's fine. That little bump is barely noticeable, so I can live with that bit. That's 2 units. That's fine. A few leaves on the steps is not an issue. Okay, so how am I going to do this? So back to sidewalks. What parts of the smart sidewalks do I have? Do I have like an open top? Yes, I do. Okay. My concern is this won't be high enough. That, however, may not be a problem. It will probably throw this out of whack a little bit, but if I bring it up to the correct level of that, and then drag it backwards, like so, then put another one in, that creates the little plaza-like space. Now I can make this work, so if I snap this into that, almost. Okay, so the steps don't look out of whack either, they still blend. And then I can make the bits there blend in without a problem. These tree clusters and shrubs can disappear. Okay, just trying to think how I can blend this. So if I bring this back to here, and this piece, there is a solution for this. I can just use one of these pieces to blend the type in. And then I can attach this another way. So that is 1 block, 2 blocks. So the second block should be travelling outwards. So this one, if it was going to be symmetrical, would be heading this direction. So if I take oh, there it is. Okay. Let me work backwards from here. So we know that that's going to work. We do have a solution for it. So let's put in another standard block like that. I mean, there's very little I can do about these mud patches. We will just have to deal with them. So that's going to be a 2, 3 long. So let's put a corner in to make that 4 long. This is 1, 2, 3 pieces in the middle, so that's going to need this and that. Then we make a corner. Like so. And then we put in the one piece here. That's it. Then we line that up. Oh yeah, of course. I displaced this by 5 units. 10 units, I think, for this. Yeah, 10 units. Now, if I put in the piece in here and then lowered it, that would look absolutely god-awful. Okay, let's just lower it down enough to hide the grass on each side. Okay, this is going to take a bit of camouflage, I think, to do this. So let's get the pond in here. There should be a straight edge here. Straight edge here. Come on, snap to the higher up. Please snap to the higher up. Please snap to the higher up. Okay. Please snap to the... This is really irritating. Okay, will you do it on the other side? Yes, yeah, you do it on the other side. That's fine. We'll set a precedent here. There you go. Put the centerpiece in, and then one more to finish the deal on this side. That's what we're looking for. So everything is up at this height. Is it worth me just putting everything at this height just to make it more even? Wow, why is that so out of place? You know what, let's just make everything that high. Because I think the pond won't make any sense unless it is. Okay. This is where I'm going to let perfect be the enemy of good. And you guys are probably going to laugh. Hang on a second. Let me take away this curb here. I feel like that isn't aligning properly. Now it's aligning properly. Okay, so what if I did that? So I don't understand that. The piece is supposed to fit perfectly, but you can see the lines clearly don't match. But it's the only option we have, so... You know what? Fuck doing the 2 sets of stairs. What I can do instead is go back to the commercial kit that I was using originally and use the outdoor flooring to blend it in here anyway. See, it snaps here. What the fuck is it snapping to? Probably the stairs, but it's just so silly. So silly. Oh, hello. Come on, snap to there. Snap to the inside. Please. Oh, okay, you know what? Fuck you. I'm just going to override you. So I'm just going to do the 200 unit trick. If you don't know what that is, send the floor 200 units up, then send it 200 units back down, and they'll both be perfectly aligned. Fuck the snapping system. With this piece here, I can probably get rid of that, to be honest, and just replace it with one of the sidewalk pieces that will match. So that should be that is, yeah, that's the right one, like that. There you go, that blends in much better, and it's now at the appropriate height. I just need to put in a curb of my own on the corners, which I'm sure I can manage. Not a problem at all. Now, is this height difference a little bit big? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it a concern? No. No, not really. Okay. The only concern I have is this side, but I'm sure I can do something to make that work. So how high would this retaining wall have to be? Okay, not actually too high. That is survivable. The question is, can I put things on top of this if it's that close? Yes, I can. So if I put raw iron across the top of this, we could almost mimic the what's the word I'm looking for? The gentrification that Jamaica Plains has. So we can follow a similar pattern to Jamaica Plains. This, a lot of you pointed out that if I made this a guard station, it would probably look a little bit uninviting for the rich house. After all, the rich people want to be fucking left alone. They don't want the plebs being on site here. They want the finest of the fine. And that's exactly what we're going to give them. Okay. Okay, I don't think that is going to work, so let's do the 100, 200 unit trick. Like that. Ooh, I actually think... Holy damn. Okay, so that boundary goes further than I thought it did. Okay. Okay, it's not wall caps. I think it's under walls that we have these big ass pillars. Though, what happened to the standard concrete one? Ah, it's here. Can I really do this? Holy shit, it really does go that far. Well, damn, okay. That has changed the game a little bit. I didn't think it would go as far as that. And I can place it out here too. Yes, this retaining wall is what's going to hold the park, quote unquote. This isn't really a park. This is an entranceway, but you get my drift. Okay. So definitely don't need 2 of those. I need a standard cross path, and then I need a 1 step. Now, does 2 steps take me right to there? It does. Wow, that is almost built for it. I like that. Now, this retaining wall does not need to be there because we can put some steps in. Excellent. Now the full-size retaining wall with the cap can go in. Just had it there. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to go that low. Holy damn. Okay, that can go down ever so slightly, because I can fit these columns into this as well. I am actually running low on concrete. I did not think I would ever have to say that, but I am. I'm running low on concrete. No, we want the long pieces. Saves on memory. To have more, less pieces rather than more. I'm hoping I won't have to build any bolstering units underneath this. I'm hoping it will just go straight into the cliff and that we can call it a day. And I feel like this garden area is higher up geographically than I would like it to be. But I think we are doing the best we can with the limitations we have been provided, so I can't really be too hard on myself for that. Okay, so we've got plenty of steel, that's fine. I'm now conscious of materials. I've never had to be conscious of materials before. But there is a first time for everything, I suppose. This is peeling off the retaining wall, which is not good. That's it, fit to that one. So now I feel like that is peeling off the other way. This shrub is really irritating. Let me just quick save. Watch this to just delete. Ah, there we go. That's fine. So watch this just delete a fucking chunk of the world and watch me cry. Come on, there we go. I only have to get one of them correct. That's literally all I have to do. I mean, these snap to the actual landscape. No, again, that is coming straight off of the retaining wall. It's not what I want. Do these snap to the retaining wall? Yes, they do. You know, this adds a bit of variety and takes it away from a complete carbon copy of the Jamaica Plain style. And then of course it stops snapping to the pieces. Oh, fuck my life. Okay. That's it. I'm just going to play it piece by piece because I really cannot be fucked with this snapping today. There will be no exit on this side. This is purely for the security of the residents. Holy damn, that fits almost perfectly. That's it. Yep, stick that in there, and I think I need a short piece. And now I think I need a big fence panel. A big gate panel, that is. Now I stick a gate in here. That is way too small. I want a big gate. Back to wrought iron. Now we put in a big panel like that. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Can you snap now? God, what is the difficulty in snapping today? There we go. Still, wouldn't be a rebuilding the Commonwealth without some complaints about snapping, right? Blimey, that had a strange hitbox for the old snap. Feels weird now I'm building it from down below. See, this is more like the croup manner that I would have expected in the base game. Nope, not the short one. Need the long one. There you go. Things I would just place all these fence posts in and then put the raw iron in, but because we just figured out the snapping points are really obscure, this is probably the better way of going about it. Okay. I mean, this looks like quite an imperious structure. I mean, you've got the drainage for water, which is good. I feel like these concrete posts are pushing into it, though. Not that it really matters, just adds a bit more character to it. So then you come into the garden here, and you've got what will be a lovely view of the rich house. You've got the entrance. You're going to have what some people have suggested turning into a power armor like production area as a kind of flex to say, hey look, this is how we made our money. We built power armor for a living, which I can't fault. It makes perfect sense, you know. Okay, so back to landscaping. Let's use, let's break this back up into the standard size. And I want this to be a triple junction. Actually, I think this one is best suited to be the three-way junction. Yeah, it will break the symmetry, but this is necessary break of symmetry. Ooh, there's a thought. Maybe I could make a tiered garden. Like an upper and lower tier of garden. That would also really help with this issue over here with the sidewalks that don't match. So let's just say I put in a retaining wall here. I mean, this part of the building is going to be actually built in a little bit, so I'm not too worried about that. So if I make the retaining wall from, say, this half block here on the right, I mean, from this block here, that will be basically completed, nothing I couldn't hide. Put one of these in. Now for the steps, I put in a nice thin set of steps like that. No, actually, we're going to need these big fat concrete posts again to round off the sides. That's it. Then put in another couple of pieces like this. I think I can get away with that. If I do the same for this part here, just push it along. Oh, this one doesn't have that problem. Probably because it snaps to a different anchor point, so that's fine. So if I move that along by 50, and then use another concrete post snapped into the edge here. So each of these will have 2 concrete posts each. But again, a good enough symmetry. Set of steps. And then we can have some landscaping down here of... Maybe this is where some of the rich house people can grow their food. Yeah, so I can put some farm patches down here. Almost like having this part here as a shared bit between the rich and the poor house, where the food is grown. I mean, if the food bit here is lower tier, lower down, it's protected from gunfire. It's protected from quite a lot of the punishment that goes flying to and fro. So that's good. My only concern is there's going to be a bit of an eyesore from up here. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to make this into part of just the garden for now. I'll let you guys think about what it will look like when it's a bit nicer, a bit more completed. Now, retaining wall steps. So if I put 2 of these, this essentially brings the path back up. So if I tear down these... Damn, that is a triple cluster. I thought I was going nuts there. Okay, so let's punt these stairs back, and I'm going to sink down 2 of the stairs, like so. What level does that bring us to? It's about here, which is about correct. So again, let's scrap these trees that are in the middle, and all the clusters of trees that we have here. These shrubs, these trees can go. These ones can go, as well as the vines. And now we transition from that. I feel like this needs to be 1 unit further along. So let's put in 1 more piece of sidewalk unit. Yes, let's put... oh no. Let's put in half a piece of sidewalk. Now we put in the steps. And it was this one I used. No, too small. Yeah, it's this one. So again, we're going to pull this one towards us. Sink it down by 2 stairs. Then pull towards. Like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Now when I put the grass or the pathway in here, it's not going to have a giant bit of block showing from the area below. So we're working with the terrain we have, so I might not actually need to terraform this to begin with. So up here we're going to use a very similar type of dirt to what's around us. So we've got this really leafy dirt. I mean, this is grassy. Then we've got just dirt. Then grass. Then bright green grass. Okay, so it's either going to be mud or grass. I think the grass fits in a little bit better. So let's try up here. Okay, we're going to have to do the 100 unit trick again. There you go. Easy as pie. Again, gonna have to 100 unit trick it. My 10 unit, 10 units. Then I could probably put a curb piece here to smooth that out, make it look more natural. Now I'm planning on putting greenhouses on this side of the manor, which is why I haven't put stairs going straight into the poor and commercial. So let's put 1 full. Now let's do a half, but this one I'm going to rotate it ever so slightly and aim it towards our path down here. Then we'll put in one more and we'll do the same. We'll angle this ever so slightly. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need to turn the lower tier garden into a farm for the settlement, because we're going to have greenhouses that will solve that very purpose. Once more, we're going to attach the same thing again and rotate. So I just thought I had some background noise there, and I do. It's a really gentle tap, 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 tap. And now that I've honed in on it, I can't forget it. It's because I actually have new neighbours which have moved in underneath me. I've lived here for nearly 2 years, and the apartment or flat below me has been unoccupied for the entire time I've been here. Well, they found a buyer. So I'm having to adjust to having new neighbours. Okay, I'm actually just seeing if I can make this possible and make the path angle. I think I can, but it's just going to take a little bit of trial and error. I can blend in the edges here, it's not a problem, so I don't mind it being too rough. Need to make sure it's the Z axis too, or Z axis if you want to take the American way. This tree cluster can vanish. That's it. Oh yes, there's still places for the Quincy remnants, by the way, guys, if you have names. The male ones have all been named. If you still have male ones, you can suggest them. I might bank them up for if we have another special division of Minutemen. So don't fret that they might get used at some other point. And on my tour video for my 100th episode, I will be giving a shout out to basically all of the suggestions I got. So please don't be afraid. You can by all means provide them to me. I will make sure they're in good hands. Can you actually believe I've graduated to doing angled pathways? Like this, I can't believe it's been nearly 100 episodes, and it's only now that I've really started playing with these kind of paths. You'd think I would have learnt these tricks a lot earlier, being the avid builder that I am. That set of tree clustering can go. So yeah, we now have a path that goes over this hill. Follow the path along and down into the lower tier garden. These trees can go because we're going to be redecorating the garden. Excellent. And then you're into the upper tier garden. And then you've got the actual house over here. So I mean, if you want to come hang out in the lower tier garden, you know someone in the upper tier, you know someone in the rich house, oh, you can go and have a cup of tea in the garden, or a gin, or a wine, or a beer, whatever takes your fancy, and then you can part ways, or they can invite you up to the rich house. It's entirely up to them. So this is a little bit like a communal space, I think. I think that'll be quite fitting for it. And then of course up here you've got your paths and all that. Now, outer edges. The outer edges should adhere to the sides of these, and will provide a decent amount of blending in terms of the gradient, but it might not provide a very good blend in terms of the material. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about the material. This vine can go away too. Yeah, so material I can't do much about. Like this particular shit here is not available. Actually, hold that thought, I might have told a lie. Deadlands. Grass and leaves. Okay, so I have a few options there for blending. That is all grass. I don't think I've got the leafy mud that I need here. No, I've got plenty of wasteland stuff, but I don't think I've got the leafy stuff that I need here in the Deadlands pack. I feel like there's more to it than this though. No. I genuinely feel like there's actually a section supposed to be mounds. It's not going to be under furniture. Fences. No, it's not under fences. Decorations, miscellaneous. No decorations. No, I think I'm barking up the wrong tree here. I gave it a try though. I'm sure I'm probably missing something. It wouldn't surprise me. It's not under hodgepodge, is it? No, of course it's not. Okay, well, fuck that. I thought I was onto something, but I'm not. So we've got grass, we have dirt, and we've got fresh grass. So I'm going to use quite a lot of the dirt mounds here to blend in this stuff. Oops. So yeah, these long pieces of grass can be used. If you're careful, that is. To blend in these pieces. So that's a good start for a blend, but it's going to take a fair bit more work to do this, which isn't a problem. I have patience, luckily. I always have patience for building. I think that needs to be up and out of the floor just a little bit. That's it. I want to turn off the surface now for this. Move that. Now the natural terrain is helping me a little bit here. I'm going to make this piece bigger. Just tuck that against here. Yeah, Yeah, that piece there wasn't touching the floor. I want it to not have any seams, you see. Believe me, these bits of detailing here are only for people who are absolutely anal about details. And I'm only putting these here because I can't really use an outside edge because of the way I've laid these out. So these are being put down probably out of sheer necessity. I say that because there might be an easier way to do this, but this is the main way that I know of just blending in the outsides. I mean, that looks a little bit more natural already. I mean, it's got a fair bit of way to go, but before I fuck that up, let me just quick save. Nothing worse than watching your progress go up in a puff of smoke. Okay, so back to here. What outer edges do we actually have? Okay, so we do have a few. And I mean, these will go a little bit towards what I'm aiming to do. But as you can see, they will have some not particularly sightly seams, but they're not seams that I couldn't patch. So you can see it's a little bit rough and a little bit ready also over here. Rough and ready. I mean, that just provides a slight more of a transition there. Now, grass mounds. So I'm going to place a few of these, rotate them a little bit each time, just to give them a ever so slightly different look. Just going to apply these round the edges. The small ones, not the big ones, just the small ones. Just where we can see like sharp edges, because it's the sharp edges we particularly want to break up. We're not going to do it perfectly because the chances of doing it perfectly are fairly slim. Plus, because these are on an incline, I'm going to have to position these on an incline too, which isn't always possible to get right. I can see some more sharp edges here, so I'm going to place another. Don't be afraid to make them a bit smaller to do that. Like that. So there's another few sharp edges here, so I'm going to place one ever so slightly buried. And then this one here ever so slightly buried. Also, I had another idea, guys. You see, being the storyteller I am, I picked up in the last few months some D&D. For those of you who don't know, Dungeons and Dragons. And I was thinking, if you guys want me to do it, I could always write a Fallout 4 version or a Minuteman themed version based on this particular universe, you know, Charles O'Banion and his Minutemen. And I could get together maybe a subscribers D&D, and we could create a series out of that. I could be the DM, of course. Maybe even a DM and player. So if you guys want to do that and you'd be interested, let me know, because I love telling stories. Telling stories makes me happy. Now that is wicked. Plus it's a nice little sink for all this fertilizer shite I have. There you go, so this path is now reasonably well blended. I'll need to come back off camera just to do a couple of little bits here and there. Like, particularly this slope is going to need a little bit of work on that side. This side is not too bad. When I cover it over with a bit of vegetation, that transition will be nigh impossible. But yeah, I think that's a really good start. Yeah, I think that's a good start to the garden. Let's close this gate. Beautiful stuff. I think I'm dying for a cup of tea. My throat is really not thanking me right about now. Let's have a look what it looks like up here for now. I mean, granted, it's not finished. Oh, I reckon you'll have a nice view. Plus, if you've got trees down in the lower garden, they're not really going to obstruct your view of the bay from the balcony. So in some ways, having a lower tier garden is... it's a little bit appeasing for the rich people. It's almost like they lowered the garden just so they could look out over the sea better. God, wouldn't that be a thing? So yeah, really happy with how this is turning out so far. If you've got ideas for the name on the garden, or names of Minutemen, names of settlers, ideas for what to put where, please let me know. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out so far. It's starting to take shape. Slowly but surely, it's getting there. But yeah, otherwise guys, this is where I'm going to leave you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like and you comment and you subscribe because they really help me out. Always. That's a lovely view as well. Oh yes. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe always helps me. Anyone else who subscribes just means you're helping make the Commonwealth a better place as we go. Yeah, one more episode towards the 100 episode special on our world tour. So, keep it coming guys. Thank you very much for all your support. Wonderful to see you all again, and I look forward to seeing your comments. But until then, take care. We out. Peace. Have a good one and stay safe.